Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Enchanted Numerology podcast. I'm your host, a Life Path 7, Erica Rose, here to bring you all of the magic of numerology. And I am so excited for our incredible guest. She is a manifestation expert, a mindset coach. She is the author of some of my favorite books, including Positively Wealthy, Hurt, Healing, Healed, and Aligned Abundance. I'm so excited. A good friend of mine. Welcome to the podcast, Emma Mumford. Yay!
Oh, thank you, Erica, and congratulations on your new podcast too.
Thank you. Yeah, I felt like it was a long time coming, to quote Taylor. So I'm really excited about it, and I'm excited to have you on it. And we've been chatting a lot lately, speaking of Taylor, because we
Yeah.
have been discussing Taylor and Travis's wedding and all of the
The
things.
wedding. Literally, mum and dad got married. We need to see the dress.
I know. I want to see the dress so bad. I'm like, you could keep all the other parts private. That's okay. I need to know what dress did you wear, Taylor?
Literally, and like there's so many AI images as well, which are obviously fake, but I'm like, because is it Couture Dior or something I saw come out? Like, I'm just so intrigued to see what style, how she wore her hair. Like, just give us one shot. The rest, keep for yourself.
Yes, exactly. Awesome. Well, all right. Well, let's talk about you. So, if you want to tell everyone about like what it is you do and how you got started on your journey, that would be great.
Yeah, so I help people manifest their dream lives and turn their dream life into an abundant reality. So I have been manifesting and teaching manifesting for over a decade now, which just feels wild to say, like, where did the years go? It flies by and you think, oh, I've been doing this 10 years now. So I had my spiritual awakening back in 2016 now. And at that point, I was in a very, very different place in my life. I was exiting my second not so great relationship. I was in debt. I was experiencing anxiety, depression. My mental health was absolute rock bottom. And I would probably say I was atheist, if anything, at that time. I wouldn't really say I had a belief system, or I definitely wasn't spiritual. I definitely didn't know about any of this stuff that we do now. And it was kind of in that rock bottom moment of being like, God help me, that the universe did step in and help me and guided me to finding the law of attraction through a Louise Hay video of all things. I was searching
Ooh.
online and I was searching how to turn a negative situation into a positive. And this lady popped up and she was talking about manifesting. And I was like, what is this? What is the law of attraction? And yeah, I discovered it. I then read The Secret, watched The Secret, became obsessed with it. And pretty much the rest is history from there. And I was running a very different business at the time. I was running a money saving and couponing business. I was known as the coupon queen here in the UK.
Love
And I loved
that.
literally like polar opposite to what I do now, but I love it. And I do believe it's absolutely a part of my journey. And I feel like it really helped me to learn how to help people and help people with money and get out of debt. And now I help people manifest money and feel happy and have joy in their life. So I definitely think the two are interconnected, even if they don't look so obviously on the outside. So yeah, in 2016, I was running my couponing business, and in 2017, I really thought, everybody keeps asking me to teach them about manifesting. Like in all my YouTube comments, they were like, money and manifesting, like teach us, Emma. So it just kind of felt that natural evolution to tell people about my journey, what I was manifesting, kind of document it a bit. And then I trained to be a life coach and kind of went full time in 2017 with all of this, started writing my books, started my podcast in 2019, and the rest is history.
Yes, that's amazing. And I love that too, that you said so many people were asking you, like, can you teach me about manifesting? Because I really believe that the universe speaks through other people to help
Yeah.
get us to our path, to our purpose. It's like if we don't see the signs, it's like they work through other people. It's like, come on, let's get you there. So I love that you listened. What is one of the coolest things that you've manifested for yourself? Like, nothing like serious, like something just like really fun that you're like, wow, that was awesome. I'm so happy I did that for myself.
I feel like there's so many cheesy things that I've manifested over the
Yeah,
years. I love that question because nobody really asks you that question of like, what's the most
exactly.
like fun thing you've manifested for yourself? I would probably say meeting people, whether it be
Mm,
Tony Robbins, or I'm like a massive example fan. He is my ultimate favorite
yes.
EDM artist. And I have just manifested meeting these people. So I remember it was right at the beginning of my manifesting journey as well. So I love that it was because it almost like showed me in that moment. literally anything is possible, and you can literally just like pluck this out of the quantum realm and manifest it into your life. So I had I read a lot of Tony Robbins' books. I enjoyed a lot of his work, watched his videos, and it really, really helped me in those really early days for my mental health. And I just had this like random idea one day of like, I'm going to manifest meeting Tony Robbins and give him a hug and tell him thank you for all he's done to me. And it seemed just so like out there and wild to start off with, and just like, yeah, that's a crazy intention. And then literally, I can't remember the timeline, but I feel like it must have been weeks, if not a few months later, I get an email from Tony Robbins' team saying like, oh, he's coming to London and we want you to come along to the event. And at first it was like for me to pay for the tickets, like to just go as like an actual paying guest. So I was like, oh, okay, like I'm free, I'm interested. Okay. So obviously I had some conversations with them. And then they were like, actually, you create content, don't you? So why don't you come as like a guest of ours and, experience it that way? So obviously I was like, wow, free tickets. Like I've just manifested these free tickets. But then I didn't just stop there. Like ballsy Emma was like, I'm going to ask to be front row in those like platinum, whatever they call them, tickets. And
Yes.
obviously I was like, who am I to ask for tickets like that? Like, who am I to manifest that? And I remember just sending the email and being like, "Do you know what? Sod it. I'm just going to ask." And I
Yes,
just
love
said
that.
like, I'd love to be at the front so I can capture much as possible and experience it. And they were like, oh, we're going to have to like get approval for this. We're not sure. And then they came back and were like, yeah, okay. And I said, oh, and my friend too. So it wasn't just me. I was like, my friend wants to come too. So
Yes, love that. Bring them
I feel,
along.
I feel like it was just so random to be like, yeah, I want 2 tickets as well, please, universe. So
Yes.
we got to the front, we got these like incredible tickets that were worth thousands and thousands of pounds. And I just felt like I'd hit the lottery just by even being able to experience that.
Mhm.
So Tony comes on out, like the crowd's roaring, we're dancing, it's amazing. And like, I remember I got my friend to take a picture of me, outside like the venue with like a book and his banner. And I tagged Tony and he messaged me and said, oh, can't wait to see you today, Emma. I was like, oh my God, Tony's messaged me. This is
Uh,
crazy.
that's
And
so
then
cool.
he comes out and he like double takes me, and then he like goes through the crowd and whatever. And then he's like, right, who wants to be coach? And I'm like, me. Put my
Yeah,
hand up straight away. He looks right at me and he's like, you. And he was like, you tweeted me this morning, didn't you? I was like, yeah, I did, Tony. Yeah, I did. And for like the
amazing.
next 90 minutes, he literally coached me on, ironically, the most hilarious story ever. I, at the time, wanted to manifest an Irish husband, and he thought
Love
I
that.
said, a rich husband. So for 90 minutes, I didn't have the heart to tell Tony that I said Irish, not rich. So he was like, why does Emma want a rich husband? And I was like, Tony, I said Irish.
Oh, no. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
It was so good and obviously incredible to have that opportunity. So anyway, I was like, oh my gosh, like, am I going to be able to like give him my hug? Because like it just hadn't naturally happened at that point.
Yeah.
So the whole event goes by. It was like 4, 6 hours, like really long day, ice cold. If you've ever been in those events, you have to have your winter coat on. It's so
Mm.
cold in there. And literally right at the end, right when I'm like, oh damn, like that's it. Like not going to get my hug, not going to get my thank you. But I've had this, which is epic. So I let it go. He ran through the crowd, came up to me, hugged me. I was like, thank you, Tony, so much for everything you've done for me. I'm so grateful. He ran off. And then my friend was watching at home because she knew I was like manifesting this. And she tagged me in a photo and said, Emma, is this you hugging Tony Robbins? And someone at the
Yes.
back had got a photo of it. So I even had like photographic evidence of the manifestation. And for me, that was like just the coolest thing ever, of like all the synchronicities, all the things to line up, and to have that opportunity to work with someone that like I just so deeply admired. So clearly I was meant to be in the room.
Yes, that's incredible, and I love that, and I love when things like that happen because, like you just said, like, there's no way other than the fact that you literally set this intention. Like, it's such amazing proof that you created this, that your energy created this, and I love that you manifested meeting people because that's something that I always used to do, and I feel like that's something, again, not a lot of people talk about, especially when I first discovered manifestation. I was in college and I lived in Manhattan, so it's like playground for celebrities and all different experiences. So I used to manifest like meeting, like running into just random celebrities. We walked on a set of a Bradley Cooper movie one day because I set the intentions. I would meet some of my favorite hockey players. Like, so it's so fun. So I love that you did that too, because
Yeah.
we can use manifestation for fun things. Everyone thinks it's like, oh, the money love, which we both love. It's amazing. It's changed our lives. But do a fun manifestation every once in a while too.
Absolutely. Well, my next goal, I'm coming to New York, as you know, very, very
Yes.
soon. And I'm obsessed with Peloton. I love my Peloton. And Cody Rigsby, like, I freaking love that man. So I am manifesting that I bump into him somewhere in New York and I get to give him a big hug and tell him thank you for all of his exercises.
Oh my God, yes, you will. We're putting it out there. Yes. And yeah, so for those of you guys who are in the New York area, Emma is coming to New York. Do you want to talk about that a bit?
So 9th of August, I've got two very, very special events, and I'm so excited to come and meet you and Tiffany in person finally, because we've all been talking and working together for so many years now. And I just knew when I booked this trip and we were booking the book tour for Aligned Abundance in America, I was like, I have to have it at Spirit and Soul because
Yes.
that they are my friends. That is my home. So I'm so excited to come and do it in person. We've got a beautiful retreat in the daytime, which is my Align retreat. So this is my Glastonbury retreat that sells out every single year here
Oh,
in
so fun.
Somerset in the UK. And I'm bringing it to the States. So I'm so excited to do that to a totally new audience, totally different energy, and come and work with the energy of the shop as well. And then in the afternoon/evening, I have Aligned Abundance, an evening with me, where we're going to dive into the teachings of the book. We're going to do some tapping, some meditating. We're going to embody the practices, and you can come and say hi and get a book too.
Yay, that's gonna be so fun. And I saw people are already signed up. So if you guys are listening to this, get in there before all the spaces fill up. It's going to be incredible. Yeah, and I'm so excited to have you here at Spirit and Soul. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love the vibes.
Absolutely.
All right, awesome. Well, now let's get into your numerology. So I know that numerology is something that you work with a lot and you talk a lot about your life path number and your personal year. And so I love that you really are living by it because this is such a magical, important tool that helps us understand who we are, what we're meant to do. And I really love working with the cycles of my life. I find that so incredibly helpful too. So for you, which I know you know this, we'll start with your life path, and you are a life path 33. And that's incredible. And it's so funny because I have a few friends who thought that they were 33s, but when I did the proper way to calculate it, I'm like, oh, you guys are actually sixes. But
Yeah.
you are a proper actual life path 33. And life path 33, that's a master number. That is one of the rarest life paths, and it's actually one of the most evolved life paths. So 33, you're the master sage, you're the master healer, the master teacher. You really want to nurture on a deeper level. But 33, too, because you have that double three energy, it is also joy because three is joy. So it's about you needing to learn how to like have fun as you are teaching people what to do, helping people heal. 33s might have more trauma than others. I feel like they have.
I've
I feel
got
like
the scars to prove it.
yeah. Like 33s, I feel like it's you set life to like advanced mode. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna have some harder stuff I'm gonna work through, but I'm gonna get bigger rewards.
Well, I feel like my soul's a bit of like a thrill seeker that it was like, yeah, let's go down and do all of this stuff. And my body's like, oh my gosh, are you sure this was a good idea? What the hell's happened? Like, it's so funny because psychics who have read me like way before I knew about numerology, we're talking early 20s here, you know, they would say like, gosh, like you've gone through so much in such a small amount of time to really just like learn this stuff and obviously, you know, eventually teach it. And I think when you're living it, you don't always see that. You're like, yeah, okay, like some stuff's happened that really sucked. You know, I've gone
Yeah.
through a lot and I've had to go to a lot of therapy because of it. But like, I think now, you know, obviously I'm in my 30s, I have a long way to go to embody all those lessons. But I think I kind of see the bigger picture now of like, right, I get it. I get that I'm here to teach. I get that this is, you know, lessons and karmic stuff. Like, I get it. But I love that you shared about the joy because I don't think I've ever been told that before. And it makes
Really?
total sense. As a Virgo, it is like the constant challenge of like, waking up, serving people, having that big, strong soul mission. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, but I need to have fun. I need to have joy. So I totally resonate with that. That definitely feels like something that even now is like something I'm cultivating in my life really consciously. But Yeah, like, it's so funny with people thinking they're 33s 'cause, my friend Caitlin, who's a numerologist, has this all the time, and she's like, "Emma, like, they're so offended when I tell them they're a 6."
Yeah.
And, like, she's like, "I need to tell them, like, if you have a trail of, like, relationship trauma, like, yeah, you're a 33." But
Yeah.
these people are like, "Yeah, I've had, like, a really easy life, like, I've had a really easy relationships, I'm happily married really young." And she was like, "You can just kind of, like, see the trails of 33s." But I think it's really interesting because Steve Irwin's a 33 as well.
Oh.
And I think like his path is really interesting as well because he obviously got married very young. So his kind of like unconditional love lessons like wasn't necessarily in marriage or romantic relationships, but it was for his animals. It was for,
Mm.
helping the planet. So I just love, and I think Helen Mirren's a 33 as well, if I
Oh.
remember correctly. So really interesting, like all of us little 33s.
I love that. I love that you keep tabs on like, "Ooh, who else is a 33?" But yeah, it's cool because 33 is obviously it's advanced, it's a master number, and you're meant to, manifest and learn through the trauma to help other people go through the trauma. Very hurt, healing, healed.
Yeah.
But you are like an amplified version of both 3 and 6. So it is the 6 energy of like wanting to nurture, wanting to heal, that love of like beauty. That's why before I was like, "Ooh, you look so chic. Like your home looks so perfect. Everything looks so nice and aesthetic." That's very 6 amplified energy. I know you have talked about how you had a struggle with manifesting love and getting through the hard relationships and getting to a good one. So that's like the amplified energy of 6, which is romance. But yeah, it is also double 3, which is joy and fun and creativity. 3 is very arts, it's communication. So it is like using your voice on an amplified level to speak up for people, to help people. That's why you have a podcast. That's why you're so big on social. I feel like also for you too, speaking your manifestations into existence probably helps a lot because it's that amplified 3 energy.
Yeah.
Do you do that a lot?
I would say not as much recently, but even when you're saying it, I'm like, yeah, like I used to declare that stuff about Tony Robbins on my YouTube channel all the time. Like I just used to tell people like I'm manifesting this, I'm manifesting that. So probably, yeah, more recently, I probably wouldn't say I have been so vocal about it, but definitely in the beginning, definitely. And absolutely it worked.
Yeah. Yeah, you should tap into that more. That's something I always remind myself of too. I'm like, gotta like speak it more into
Yeah.
existence. There's such power to that, but especially for you as a 33. But yeah, overall, I feel like it's good for you to lean into that double joy creativity as you are to balance out the healing, the trauma, and helping others on their journey too. So next we have your expression number, also known as your destiny number. So this is, how you're meant to go about things. This is your soul's destiny, what you're meant to grow into as well. And you are a 5, which is actually the same as
Mm,
me. I have this placement too.
love it.
So 5 is all about freedom. It's change, it's a turning point. 5 is big on like travel, adventure. So the way that I interpret this is like you're 33 where you're meant to help people heal, especially through wisdom you've acquired through your own journey. And you're meant to do that in a like different way. Like you're meant
Mm.
to travel around the world. You're meant to have that global outreach, especially the 5 loves travel, loves going around. So you're meant to come to all different places like spirit and soul. And you are meant to help people change and turn their life around too. And with the expression 5, because I feel this a lot too, you're probably very like nonconformist in the sense where it's like, I can't live the life that everyone else, like that cookie cutter life that society sets up. Like, why do we have to do things that way? Why is it
Yeah.
always, oh, you have to do it like you probably could not work in like a 9 to 5. Like you were always meant to have your own business, have that freedom, like time freedom to do whatever you want, whenever you want.
I can't remember who told me that recently. I don't know what kind of reading or whatever it was, but I swear someone literally told me that even recently of like, you're here to like literally do everything differently. Like, get married, but do it differently. Have children, but do it differently. Like all these things of like all these traditional things. And they said, like, I bet when you look in your family, like you're the one person that they're like, oh, Emma's going to do it differently. And I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, that is so true. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well, that's your superpower. Like, you're meant to do things differently. 5 craves new, it craves adventure. Like, if you were trying to put a 5 in a box, you'd be miserable. Like, I think to myself, when I was in my 9 to 5 job, which was really like, 7 to 7, I
Yeah.
would just like sit in the office and I just stare out the window and be like, I hate being here. I wish I could be anywhere else. Like, someone's off in Paris right now. Why can't I be? So that is that 5 energy where you're like, you can't be restricted. You just need to be able to do things your way and in like a new way too. So love
Mm.
that. So next we have your soul urge number, which is your why. It's what motivates you. And for you, that's a 2, which I think is so interesting because that's also connection with others. That's collaborations. That's people. So it's like you are motivated by your desire to help people. So even more so on a deeper level, like all of your stuff is just like you're here to help people, you're here to teach people, you're here to share your wisdom, and you're here to do it in a different way. 2 also really craves that community aspect. So I love like you created like an aligned abundance community. You have your YouTube, you have your podcast, like you have all these little pods of community. So it's like your soul has desired this connection as well. And I think that 2 can also, even though 6 is more romance, 2 is partnership. So it is like
Yeah.
your why has always been 2 in love. Like you've always wanted like an equal, balanced partnership. Another aspect of the soul urge too is you just crave inner peace and you crave balance and you crave like just feeling good on the inside. So how does that
Yeah.
feel?
Yeah, and I think with that 33, it makes so much sense, doesn't it? To like crave that inner peace, that healing, that just like like inner peace. Like I feel like that is totally my goal in life and just like the ultimate dream life for me, definitely. But yeah, it makes total sense with the community aspect. And that's really amplified in my human design as well. When I've had human
Mm.
design readings, they're like, oh my God, it's like community on steroids, your human design. So it's really fascinating, whether it's astrology, numerology, human design, whatever the system, it's all community with me, which I love because I see my communities as like family. I see them as friends. Like my manifestation membership, like we're all best mates there. Like when we did a meetup recently, a community day for everybody, it just felt like it was friends hanging out. It didn't feel
Aw.
like this, like teacher, students. It was like we all know each other so much. And, the number one comment we have in anything I do, a course, a container, a webinar, the membership is the community and the support. And I think for me, it has been about 100% that being my own journey, but also that deep desire to create communities for people to be seen, to be held, to be supported. So, yeah, I feel like it was never a kind of forefront of intention, but the fact that it has been created has shown me like how important that is to me, but also how much it is needed in the world as well for people.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. That's such big 2 energy. And I remember in one of your books, I think it might have been in Aligned Abundance. I remember you said that when you're trying to manifest, you just start with the intention of why. And you're like, I want to help people. You don't think necessarily about like, oh, I'm going to get all this money or get all this clients. You put first like the emotion of like, I want to help people. And that is such soul urge too. So I love that. Like as soon as I saw that calculation, I remembered that part of your book. I was like, oh, I love that. So aligned. All right. So next we have your personality number, which your personality number is how others perceive you. I think of it kind of like a rising sign in astrology. So you have a personality 3, which I love because your life path 33, your personality 3. So you have all this 3 energy. And again, 3 is the number of sunshine, it's joy, it's communication. So that's why one thing I've even noticed about you is like you're such like an eloquent speaker. Like, oh, like, I love the way
Love
Emma
that.
speaks. Yeah. So, like and I know that other people definitely recognize that as well too. Like, you just have such a good way with words and just a way that is very captivating when you speak, people wanna listen,
Oh.
and that's so reflected in your numerology. Other people see you too as, like, creative, as very social, outgoing, the fact that you can, like, talk and connect with people from all different life forms, all
Not
different
just
for
humans.
yeah.
Aliens too.
Yes, and that's true, you can talk to aliens from all different walks of life. Yeah, so how do you feel about that one?
Yeah, I love that. And it's funny because I think with the 33, sometimes I'm like, gosh, do I teach too seriously? Like I have that absolute fear of like, have I made this sound fun? Like, it feels quite heavy sometimes when you're like, right, I know exactly how to get you through your blocks. Like, I've lived this. I know exactly, like, it's the Virgo, isn't it? Of like, I know
Yeah.
exactly how to get you through your blocks and to what you want. But sometimes people don't always want to hear that. And I think that's a lesson I've really had to understand, is that my work's not going to be for everybody. And that's because of the depth of it. That is
Yeah.
because, whether it's the autism, whether it's the Virgoness, like I can just see right through what needs to be done. I can pinpoint someone's block and get them through that. And I think really loving that about myself and realizing, like people are going to hear your message in the way that they're meant to. Like that's the
Yeah.
point. And, people do pick up on your energy. Like you're not this like serious inner work person all the time. Like there is that joy, there is that sunshine. So it's funny that you say about the well spoken, because that is another thing that I've like worked through where I'm like, I for years didn't feel that I sounded good enough to like be on stage. Like I would hear Gabby
Really?
Bernstein talk, I'd hear all these people talk so poetically, so eloquently, especially on my podcast. And I just felt like I was there just saying these random words like, yeah, but what? Like, so I've always felt like, am I a good speaker? But the thing is like when I'm on that stage or when I'm in a workshop or wherever it is, I'm channeling. It's not Emma anymore. Like it just
Yeah.
switches on and then I'm saying things and I'm like, wait, where's that come from? Like, would Emma say that? And yeah, so I think it is that surrender, isn't it? To knowing that you're always going to say the right things in the right way that people need to hear it.
Yes, I love that so much. And yeah, and I think you do come off more like optimistic and fun than you think you do.
Good. I'm pleased.
Yeah. For sure. Okay, so next we have your balance number. So this one is so important. And I know like you would love this because it's all like aligned abundance. This is resetting the nervous system. This is coming back to who you're meant to be. This is how you feel better. And here your number is also a 3. So you got another
Wow.
3 here. And this is actually the same one as me. I also have a balance 3. So balance 3 is when you are stressed, when you are feeling not like your best self, go have fun.
Yes.
Just go enjoy your life, especially inner child. Like for me, I love going to theme parks,
Yeah.
playing, having fun. Anything creative is really great as well too, like creating any kind of art, whether it's good art or bad art, just the process of creating, doing it, like taking a clay class, anything like that. And also too with balance 3, talking out your feelings is so huge because again, 3 is that communication. So like just doing a feelings dump. Like I
Mhm.
personally, because I have this too, I always do that with my husband when I just feel off. I'm like, I gotta tell him like everything. And he's the best
Yeah.
because he listens and he'll give me a hug. He'll be so supportive.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Like, my poor friends get like TED Talks sometimes about my feelings or things I'm working through. And I'm like, I should probably just book a therapy session at this point with my therapist. So definitely agree with that one. But yeah, the fun, like, honestly, I feel it's the one thing I have to keep reminding myself of. It's like I get so hyper focused on like the purpose, the work, helping people. Like, I live and breathe it. I love it. I could wake up and talk about manifesting all day long and never get tired of it. But I think it's that sole reminder of like, you're here to have fun as well, Emma. Like, it's not all serious. It's not all just the work. It's not all just like serving. Like, that's great. That's your purpose. You're doing that. You've done it for 10 years. You're good. You've nailed that. But it's also like, and I really do resonate with this, that the more I allow myself to have fun, the more I switch off, the more I give myself that spaciousness. Oh, it's my best work that downloads, the best books,
Right?
the best ideas. But when you're again the Virgo who's like, no, I must work, I must do this, I must get this deadline done. Like it's that it's that conflict for me. And it's like the creative in me knows if I go sit in nature and do nothing for a few hours, I'm gonna have my best idea. But it's like the Virgo in me is like, no, we must work. We have deadlines. We have serious things. So I definitely feel like there's that inner conflict with me where it's like, I crave the spaciousness. I crave the like slower pace of life, that inner peace, as we've said, like I crave it so badly. But then it's like the Aries rising and the Virgo in me is like, no, we have stuff to do. We need to get on with it. So yes, it is a battle sometimes.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's so much with the Virgo and Aries. And I was going to say, as you were talking, I was like, that's very Virgo before you even said it. Cause I feel that too, where Virgo is like, okay, we need to get things done. Or we worry about like, okay, do I have enough time? Am I going to get this things done? Like, oh, I have a break. Let me work. But I think for me, I've been blessed with the Leo stellium, so that does allow
Mm.
me to have fun, and that's why I'm like
Yeah.
this bubbly, "Let's go to Disney girl." So I can't imagine like without that and with having that hardworking Aries instead, that must be so difficult that you're like, "I just always need to work."
It's that inner
So
child as well, where I have to remind myself, look, you can't just like work yourself silly because you're going to get dysregulated. It's not going to be your best work. I literally teach regulation, so I have to walk my talk. But also, it's for my inner child as well, of like, she didn't have that fun, childlike childhood. She was like very serious. She had to be an adult as a child. So I feel
Sure.
like me having fun in my adulthood, whether it's like doing a jigsaw puzzle, like going to Disney, like you say, like doing something childlike or even just something carefree and fun, it's not just for my nervous system, it's for that inner child as well.
I love that. That's beautiful. Yeah, and I love that you have that balance to remind you, like, that's part of your soul's code that's like, "Imma have fun. Heal your inner child." Okay, so next we have your lifetime lesson numbers. These are also known as your karmic lessons. Our soul wanted to prioritize healing. Usually they carry over from a past lifetime, but they're literally what like the lessons we're meant to go through in this lifetime. So for you, you have three of these numbers. And they are a two, a seven, and an eight. So I
Oh,
think it's interesting that you have the two because part of your lesson was to be able to learn to find that balance that inner peace, also find that community and create that community. So I think you're definitely excelling at that because our lifetime lessons, some of them, they go on for the whole lifetime. Some of them I found that we have mastered in certain ways. Like, for example, you also have the lifetime lesson eight, which is manifesting and money and success. And that doesn't mean that you're not still going to, have challenges as you grow to the next level with those. But I think it's pretty safe to say that that's one that you really opened up to and really dove into that lesson and mastered. I think it's safe to say you mastered manifestation. And then you also have the seven, which is spirituality. So usually people who have a lifetime lesson of seven, usually have like a witch wound or some part where they might have been like intuitive when they were little, but maybe like shut that off, or it was something where they really needed to grow into themselves, really find that spiritual awakening and not be afraid of their gifts and really like open up and realize how their intuition could help them. And in this case, because you have two, seven, and eight together, it's like using your intuition to help you manifest and to help you create that community. So it's funny, they're all like bundled
Mm.
together.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And absolutely, they're still unfolding for sure. And I feel they will probably for all of my days. And I feel like that spirituality, it's interesting. So I was going to ask you if that is something that's like my soul lesson here, the amount of life path sevens that have like been like karmic in my life. And I'm like, it's not even funny at this point. Like literally, like I have a friend that's a seven, my mum's a seven, my ex-partner was a seven. Like it
Oh my
was
God.
so many sevens and they were all triggering me. And I was like, I wonder if this is like a thing, like if it's my
Oh my
soul
God.
lesson.
Yeah. Oh my God. Absolutely. I would say for sure because your lesson is the seven, but those sevens were triggering you. So there's something about that seven energy
Mhm.
that you need to like heal and embrace and work towards. It could be the intuitive side. It could be,
Yeah.
and I'll say this as a life path seven who has hopefully not triggered you,
You
but
haven't, thank goodness.
thank you. But, 7, sometimes we have a tendency to think that, like, we're always right, which
Mm,
I think is also my Virgo. It's my Virgo and my
yeah.
past 7, so that could be an aspect that's very triggering because I do find that the 7 mirrors the Virgo in some ways, not all the ways, but in their quest for knowledge, feeling like the need to be right, feeling the need to know everything, being the best or being very meticulous, being like, "It's this we're doing it my way," like, I'm the leader in that sense. So I feel like they're very similar. So maybe that is reflecting upon that Virgo side of you, but also, yeah, if they're triggering you and that's a lifetime lesson, that's you need to embrace the 7.
I need to love the sevens in my life. No, I
Yeah.
love it. I was just intrigued because when you were saying it, I was like, I wonder if that's connected to that because it was so uncanny at this certain point in my life where there was just sevens everywhere. I was like, this is mad. Like, clearly the seven energy needs to be there. But I do feel that there is that like spiritual energy of the seven as well, where it is like, that deep, I guess, yearning is the word of like, I want to go deeper, like get, not like get more spiritual, but like dive deeper into spirituality, dive deeper into my intuition. Like I'm really into like quantum manifesting at the moment and realizing through reading Dr. Joe's work and other people's work, I've been doing this without even realizing for 10 plus years. I'm like, oh,
Amazing.
I teach that. Oh, I said that. Oh, I do this all the time. So I think it's like even those realizations of, no, Emma, you've been channeling a lot of stuff for a very long time that like you don't even realize like you've been delving into. So it's exciting. And I like that because it brings the depth and it brings that, yeah, it brings the depth to the work where I know it's giving people the transformations that they need.
Exactly. Yeah. 7 helps people go really deep to like a new level. So it could also too be like something in a past life that you could look into. Like maybe in a past
Mm.
life, like you wanted to be intuitive, but your gifts were dimmed in some way, or you were told against it, or something. Usually that's like witch wound from a past life energy. So I would say
Love
look
it.
into that, and that'll probably help like
Yeah.
open you up and help you be able to go even deeper, especially with quantum intuition, with all of those amazing things. Okay, and our final calculation we have is your personal year. So, for those listening, if you don't know, a personal year changes with the start of every calendar year. So, as of January 1st, we have a new personal year. It goes in a cycle from 1 through 9. And so, Emma, for you in this year, which I know you already know, I'm sure you are in a personal year 3.
Or
So,
threes.
yeah, I know. Like you have all the threes. So it's so funny that personality 3, balance 3, life path 33, personal year 3. So this is your year to find joy. This is your year to have fun. So it's funny that you've been craving having fun,
Yeah.
resting, playing more, healing that inner child, because that is the energy that's surrounding you right now. An inner child is a big, big theme for a personal year 3, whether it's
Ooh.
healing the inner child or just like letting her out, letting her enjoy her life. 3 is also a good year to be creative. So, taking on any artistic hobbies in whatever way that looks like to you. It's also a big social year. I find that people in a personal year 3 usually reconnect with people and friends that they haven't heard from in a while, but like the good ones that you like. It's not like, Mercury retrograde, your ex comes
Oh
back to
no.
text you, not that energy at all. It'll be like usually like, oh, like your friend from college that you enjoyed their presence so much, but you just as you grew up, you kind of just went your separate ways. Like they'll reach out to you and be like, "Hey, how have you been?" Or they'll send you a funny meme. Like it's kind of that energy of hearing from good people you haven't heard from in a while. 3 years are usually very busy, but I find that they're busy with more fun things and more social events. Like you have to go to a friend's birthday party this week, and then you're going to a bridal shower, and then you're going to the water park, all these things. Very random array of things. Yeah, and then 3, of course, is also communication. So this is a good year for you to speak into existence what it is you want to
Mm.
manifest, and also for you to just speak up for yourself in terms of what it is you want, like boundary setting, things like that. Yeah, so how has this 3 year been resonating with you?
Yeah, like I knew the meaning of three, but I love what you shared because it's so much deeper than what I understood about three. So when you're like, it's the year to have fun, I was like, oh, I'm in the shadow period of that right now, then. Like, oh, here's the universe reminding me. So, yeah, I definitely feel that it's interesting because I feel like I had such a creative energy about this year where I was like, I want to write a new book, I want to do this, I want to birth a new course. And then as I've gone through the year, the universe is like, not yet, not yet, not yet. So it's like all these creative plans I've had, like, haven't necessarily birthed just yet. Like the seeds are there, but they're not necessarily like, it's not like previous years where I was like, boom, there's a whole 80,000 word book done. And I'm like, how has this happened? Like,
Yeah.
I'm actually really like having to find the time to be creative, which is like new for me because I've never really experienced that before. So I think the creative side is interesting because the desire's there. I really thought that was going to be my year 3, but the universe is like, no, bitch, you're going to learn how to have fun. You're going to have some time off. You need to heal your inner child and be joyful. Like, what are you doing? You can't just work more. So I do feel like that is definitely the message for me. And I feel that in that reclamation of like fun and joy, like that's where the book's going to come. That's where the good ideas are going to come. So I know this stuff. It's reminding myself of this stuff and being like, come on, it's been a bit too heavy recently. It's been a bit too like, inner worky. We need to like have some fun too. So definitely with the plan stuff, definitely feel like that. I've done so much more this year socially, like even work, events, like I didn't even plan for that. Like, I literally said last year, I might take a break from events next year. Like, I've been doing them flat out for 6 years. It might be nice to just have like a quieter year just to like, hermit a bit, write the book, blah, blah, blah. I've never been busier in events. So, yeah, that didn't work out either. So, they are fun and I do really love that side of things because I get to meet people. It's the community aspect. Like, those things really light me up. But definitely from here on out, I have to speak it out loud that I make the commitment to have more fun this year.
Yes, I love that for you. You will for sure. All right, awesome. So yes, that's all of your numerology placements. So one thing that I like to end the podcast on is I like everyone to share just what is like the best piece of advice that you've received that you try to live by like all the time.
Ooh, that is so difficult. Like,
Sorry.
so difficult. Like, oh my gosh, my brain's gone blank. But I think I hear so many good pearls of wisdom on the podcast as well. I'm like, oh, yeah. And then literally when I'm asked, I'm like, hang on a minute, there's been like 200 episodes. Like, what was the thing that stuck with me? I
Oh,
would just say I would probably say some things my therapist have said to me, if anything. Like, obviously, I've had the most inspirational people on my podcast over the years say the most incredible things, and all of that inspires me. But I really think that some quotes that my 70-year-old therapist has given me has been some of the most profound stuff. And he always just grounds me back in to like the soul of it all, right? Like you can get so distracted in the noise of social media, in our industry, in everything. And I think I'm so guilty of that, whether it's comparison, whether it's feeling like I'm behind, whether it's feeling like, um, you know, am I speaking, well enough to be on a stage, like all those different things. And it's like my therapist always brings it back to but you were literally born to do this, Emma. Like, you forget that. Like, your soul literally chose all of these things to be the very you, to have these very things. And you're here thinking, like, am I enough? Like, is this, good enough? And it's like, oh, hang on. Every single thing that you've been through, like, and this brings it back to the 33 of, you know, life was so hard in those early years for me, so, so hard. And I didn't see the gravity of that until I was an adult and those traumas were playing out in adult life and patterns and toxicity and even more trauma. And I don't think I gave myself credit enough of like, you got yourself through that. Nobody else did. Like, you got yourself through that. And I think for anybody listening, I know this is like the most random therapist dialogue I'm giving of advice, but my therapist always brings it back to, but you're the person who got yourself through that. Like, you're
oh,
the person who's made all of this happen. You were born to do all of this, yet you're doubting yourself. Like, you're doubting your soul and all of the things that you are here to achieve. So I think like it's that reminder of you're human, you're going to have those doubts, you're going to have those fears, you're human. Your mind's going to think these thoughts, right? We can't be Virgo perfectionists with perfect thoughts all of the time. I wish, but it's not true. You're going to have negative thoughts, you're going to have neutral thoughts, you're going to have thoughts in between, you're going to have positive thoughts. But don't let those thoughts consume you because at the end of the day, like you've navigated 100% of your worst days. There is 100% chance you're going to get through whatever you're moving through right now and that you're going to turn that mess into a message. You're going to turn your pain into purpose. And maybe you write a book, maybe you do what me and Erica do, or maybe you just inspire your next door neighbor to do something, right? It doesn't have to look like what we do, but everything in your life happens for a reason. Everything. And hindsight's a beautiful thing because we can piece it all together and understand it, of course. But if you are in the dark night of the soul, if you're in the thick of it, just know that like your soul set up these circumstances for you to experience so that you can have those highest of the highs, as you said, with that 33. So yeah, I feel like my therapist always grounds me back into like, hang on a minute, Emma, you're getting lost in this ego here. Like, remember the soul truth of this all.
yes. I love that so much. That was amazing. Like, I feel hyped. I'm like, yeah, that's right. I'm ready to go. My soul chose to do this.
Yeah,
So I
let's
love
manifest
that.
Tony Robbins.
Yes, exactly. Oh my god, that'd be amazing. But yes, yeah, and I love that, all of your soul things too are in your numerology. Like it's your soul's code. So it shows that, for you and for all of us, anyone listening, your numerology, just like your astrology, is proof that like this is what you're meant to do. So keep doing it. So I love those words. Well, thank you so much, Emma. Do you want to share where everyone can follow you, how they can work with you?
Yes, so you can find me at I am Emma Mumford on social media, YouTube, Instagram, the lot. And then my podcast is Aligned Abundance. And you can find my books, everything that I have to offer at emmamumford.co.uk.
All right, awesome. And we can't wait to have you at Spirit and Soul Studio in August. So, for those that want to come see Emma here in Babylon, New York, go to the Spirit and Soul Studio website. You can even message us for the links. We'll send it to you. Definitely do this. It's going to be so incredible. I can't wait. All right, Emma. Well, I'll see you in a couple weeks.
See you
All right.
soon.
Goodbye, everyone. And to find out your own numerology, you can book your own numerology reading with me, Erica Rose. You can go to my website or to spiritandsoulstudio.com/services and find Erica and then book your numerology reading for either in person or virtual. And you can also pre-order my book, Enchanted Numerology, from Muse Oracle Press. You can pre-order from Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or directly from my publisher, Muse Oracle Press. And that arrives December 2026.